This is the Shine On You Crazy Daisy podcast, and I'm your host, Trudy Simmons from the Daisy Chain Group, providing platforms and opportunities for businesswomen to be seen and heard. This platform is for the women entrepreneurs that want to hear the real stories of what it takes to be yourself and run a business with all the different hats that you might have to wear. Come and join the Shine On You Crazy Daisy membership, offering online networking, co-working, collaboration and monthly masterclasses for you to grow your knowledge. Go to thedaisychaingroup.com for more information. These are the platforms to hear and share the stories of the tenacious, the rebellious, and the resilient women that are working towards the future that they build for themselves and their families. Hello and welcome to the Shine On You Crazy Daisy podcast. I am your host, Trudy Simmons, and today I am thrilled and excited to introduce you to my friend, Yvette Taylor from Energy Alignment Method. Yvette, thank you so much for being involved in the book and the podcast. Please tell us about your business.
Oh, where do I begin? In 12 minutes, how do we do this? So I've created a global movement, I suppose, is the easiest way to describe it. It's more of a purpose-driven mission on my heart that was given to me, which has evolved into a global brand. We help and train, teach, inspire people to rediscover and find themselves so that they can change their life through the power of energy healing.
I can hear everybody going, ooh. It seemed in the chapter that you had everything at 25 years old. What made you literally pack up your life and begin a new chapter?
Because it was the very first version of me. And I, up to that point, I know I had created my life based on what I was taught or told that should make me happy. Without backtracking too much of my childhood was quite challenging. And so my older life, as I started to build around me the success and the business and the marriage and the house and didn't get to the 2.4 children, but all of the things that I was supposed to be ticking along the way were wonderful and unfulfilling. There was still this massive piece inside of me that just knew it wasn't enough. And not that I wanted more materialistically, it wasn't touching something that I didn't know I needed to find. Does that make sense?
That is so wonderful. And the way that you've just said it makes so much sense, because when people talk about being the best version of yourself, it kind of grates on me a bit. What you just said is it was the first version of me. And that implies that at every turn and in everything that we learn, there's a new version of you that is renewed and able to better cope with whatever's thrown at you and to be more resilient in some way.
Yeah. So it was more like, okay, I've done that, I've ticked that box up there. And that's not me. Like, it's not me, it's not enough. There was still a part of me that I needed to discover. And I couldn't discover it in the container that I was in. You know, I was doing the happy, successful business marriage life, and running my wellbeing center. But then at the weekend I was out. Don't want to spoil what's in the story, but it was drink, drugs, and drum and bass. So I was still hiding my pain and trying to find my pain. I didn't really clearly know how to free myself fully from it then. And that's all part of the journey. That is all part of the journey, isn't it?
I love the way you speak. Why did success mean having all the things? And how did you change that feeling and need for it all? What had to happen?
What had to happen from my perspective, or the universe? So from my perspective, what had to happen was that I needed to tick all of those external boxes. From the universe's perspective, what had to happen was that I had to break down into a big gooey mess and lose everything to realize all of the things that I'd spent all of the time building were the most meaningless things and not the most meaningful things. And so what had to happen, or the learning that came from all of that, was really understanding that we are all guided. Whether you believe in spirituality, universe, God, whatever label you give it, we are all guided through life, even if all you can say is it's my heart that guides me. And most of the time we ignore the one thing that wants the best for us, and we choose to take things, people, lessons, society, programming, teachings from outside to construct our life, not listening to this thing inside that wants to guide us along the way. And so what had to happen was I needed to have that experience, and for all of the things that I thought were important to be gone, so that I could actually finally tune in and listen to this, and let this guide my path. And it often doesn't make sense to what's going on outside when you listen, but it's the best guidance.
In that, is that pointing you towards healing or changing, or both?
That is such a beautiful question. The change comes by letting go of all of the things that we have created through the various different avenues that have been created, and tuning in and doing the healing on the problems we've had to be able to listen. Does that make it's like you have to let go of the constructs of the things that we think are important, and heal the pain, which we've all been through in various ways, to hear the voice. And it's always been there. It's just often we've covered it up, sabotaged it, held it down, pinned it down, drank our way through it, overworked our way through it, stuck our fingers in our ears, stayed in relationships too long. Like the calling is always there. We just find other ways to quieten it. And the healing allows you to hear it much more powerfully. And that's what I talk about in terms of alignment. That's what that really is all about. It's an never-ending journey.
So how did you find your alignment, and how do things feel now?
Oh God, I feel like I've lived a million lifetimes. I'm going to be 40. I'm going to be 40.
48, love, don't worry about it.
I'm going to be 40. I'm like, how on earth did I get to this age? I'm going to be 40 next month. And I feel like I've lived about 10 lifetimes in my lifetime, because I have become so many different versions of me. And I feel like my life has been a constant change. I can go back and see the times that I evolved. Finding my alignment was listening to this. It's constantly been there, to the point where I've actually got it tattooed on my leg / butt. If I follow my heart, it will be a success. And that has been my guidance since I was 25. I got that tattoo done when I upped and left my life. The work that I use is the work that I now teach, the energy alignment method. Which is available here. Like, that's what I've spent the last 7 years teaching, and it's and living and learning myself. Like, I don't by any means think I've got it all sussed, but it seems to work for me, and it seems to work for, you know, tens of thousands of other people who've been using it as well. So there's something here. And even EAM, even the healing, the alignment tool I use and teach, is evolving, because we are, and people are evolving, and the world is evolving and changing at rapid places. So finding how do I find my alignment has been learning to manage my energy and recognize my energy and work with myself to create the reality and the life that I live.
If there was one lesson that you've learned that you want every entrepreneur to know, what would it be?
There are so many.
For those on audio, she's thinking.
I'm thinking. I am thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm like, which one? I do believe, and it might sound a bit cliche, is actually spend the time to find your life purpose. And understand your life purpose. There are loads of different ways out there, whether it's human design, whether it's numerology, whatever it is. Find a way to understand yourself, because the most powerful impact you will have in your life is when you are purpose driven. Your business is a secondary piece to that. It's a skin, it's a vehicle, it's a container, but the you is the unique energy that you bring.
Yeah.
And nobody else can strategize that, can market that, can package that. There is no clever strategy that will out strategize you being on purpose.
Yeah.
And if you try to come from a business first, or a strategy, or I've seen that person, or I'm going to become a business coach, or I'm going to become a marketing coach. If you come from that energy, it will never succeed in the way that it will when you're purpose driven.
Burn out.
You will. It's inevitable. And I'm absolute testament
Yep.
to screwing that up about 20,000 times in the last 20 years. Maybe not that many, but the purpose will carry you through all of the vehicles that you might sit in for a little while. Your business is a vehicle, and when you've got that, it doesn't matter what you're doing as a business.
It all makes sense.
It just makes sense. Yeah. It's all
find your purpose, people.
It is.
What is your favorite business book?
Can I plug my own again? No, genuinely this, because and this is where I actually started in my life, was business coaching, marketing, strategy, community, and I was often teaching people the wrong way around, because they'd come to me to do their marketing strategy, but what they actually needed was this, because your business is an expansion of you, and unless you are fully in alignment with yourself, you can't be in alignment with your relationships, you can't be in alignment with your life, you won't be in alignment with your wealth, you therefore aren't in alignment with your purpose, and you can't be in alignment with your messaging and your strategy and the expansion that goes beyond. So
I love the word expansion.
This is 101.
Yeah.
This is alignment 101, and then your business becomes the extension of you, not all of you.
Yeah.
It doesn't overtake your life. So yeah.
So just to say, because this is audio for the podcast, it's the Energy Alignment Method by Yvette Taylor.
There you go. And it's available on Audible as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Love it.
It's on Audible. Yeah, you can get it on Audible too.
Yvette, it is always a pleasure to speak to you, and it is so good to get your story out there in this book and the podcast, and thank you so much for being involved.
Thank you. And can I just thank you on behalf of all of us for creating this container in this space and following your purpose to continue doing this with the books as well, because we wouldn't be here doing this if it wasn't for you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please like the video and click the subscribe button for this channel for more inspiration. If you're a businesswoman looking for that community that will support you and lift you up, come and join the Shine On You Crazy Daisy membership, offering online networking, co-working, collaboration, and monthly masterclasses to grow your knowledge. Go to thedaisychaingroup.com for more information. And for even more inspiration, please go to the link under the video and get your copy of the Shine On You Crazy Daisy series of books with inspirational and motivating stories from businesswomen around the world.